Heidi ho, Arkansas Pilgrim here again. Kind of hot, sweaty, and disgusting too. But hey, it's because of honest toil. Even though it's summer in the South, so I guess all I had to do was stand outside for 15 minutes and maybe it would be the same. But anyway, it was the first one, honest toil. Because my daughter and I have been working on a really neat project. It's really hers. She's the one that did all the important stuff. I just helped her put it together. It's a bookshelf. My daughter is an artist and an author, and this project is kind of a combination of both. And it's just really the most amazing thing you've probably ever seen, which is what I think I'm going to call this video. Anyway, let me show it to you. I'm going to show you piece by piece, and then you'll get a look at the whole ensemble. The shelf has a lot of really cool brackets. There's an octopus, ship's wheel. It's a woman at rest. Some flowers. Some birdies. A dragon. And some cool branches, which are also the same over here. Here we have a different dragon. Some dragonflies. Another woman at rest. Some really cool looking vines. Sailing ship. And a mermaid. Here's the bottom shelf. It's books and some bookends, but it's from Philippians 4:8, which it's, if you remember the verse, it says, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think on these things. So you can see each one of those books in the bookends with Alpha and Omega, and also some really great decorative scroll work, I guess you call that. I'm the engineer, not the poet or artist. My daughter would know exactly what those are called. Next shelf. The lamppost from Chronicles of Narnia. You see in snow, but the quote is not from Chronicles of Narnia. It says, "Oh, you might turn the page, or you might shut the book, but the truth is still true, even if you don't look." Sarah Sparks from Into the Lantern Waste. Next shelf. Now this, just to see it in its entirety, you see some mountains there and the sunset. Some more mountains. And a lot of really intricate lettering. I'll show you the whole thing first, then I'll read it to you. It's part of Samwise Gamgee's soliloquy from near the end of The Two Towers, the film. And it says, "It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo, the ones that really mattered. Full of darkness and danger they were. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end, because how could the end be happy? But in the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come, and when the sun shines, it will shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you, that meant something, even if you were too small to understand why." Next shelf. This is actually the most amazing one. read the quote. This is actually a paraphrase of a quote from G.K. Chesterton. It says, "Fairy tales are more than true, not because they tell us that dragons exist, but because they tell us that dragons can be beaten." That's one of those things that stirs my heart, by the way. I guess no need to do a video on it now. But in here, you've got all kinds of things from all kinds of fairy tales. You got, the glass slipper. You got, and actually, I don't even recognize all of them. There's arrows. There's a frog prince. There's there's a pumpkin. There's the swan. The ugly duckling. Spinning wheel. Harp, unicorn. I should probably have my daughter explain them, but she didn't really want to be part of the video. But and this is all, I guess I should have mentioned this at one point. She drew all of these things. Every single thing you've seen on these shelves, she drew by hand and then used a wood burner to burn. I mean, you can even see the details here in the wood burning there, and the swirls that are in those. And the swirls that are in the background there. The detail in the leaves. And this cheap camera probably doesn't do it justice either. On to the next shelf. Here we have our knight in shining armor. And it says, since it is so likely that children will meet cruel enemies, let them at least have heard of brave knights and heroic courage. C.S. Lewis. Here we have a sword of a brave knight. And shield. Let me get the good look at the actual. There we go. Again, all hand drawn, hand wood burned. Here we go. Now we're getting actually almost, isn't it, face level for me? Just got my fingers there. This is look at the detail here in the decoration. The quality of the I don't even want to call it lettering, I guess is the proper term. But this is a quote from a Jane Austen book, Northanger Abbey, where I guess someone was making fun of a girl who's reading, and says, "Oh, it is only a novel, or in short, only some work in which the greatest powers of the mind are displayed, in which the most thorough knowledge of human nature, the happiest delineations of its varieties, the liveliest effusions of wit and humor are conveyed to the world in the best chosen language." Yes, my daughter's an author, so I think that one stirs her heart. Yeah, we got one more up top, but I'm going to have to get on a step stool for it. Here we are on the top shelf. It's got a background of pages, see, and a bordered Bible verse. Psalm 19:14. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing and acceptable in your sight. Pretty amazing, huh? There are also a couple of interesting details. Top is a custom-made crown molding. We made it ourselves. from an idea that we got. Actually, my daughter discovered him first, a YouTuber called Stumpy Nubs, who's got all kinds of great woodworking tips. I highly recommend him. But this is actually 3 pieces, well, 4 pieces actually. 3 pieces that make the main body of it. This was cut from a 2x4 with a round over bit. And this next section was also from a 2x4, but from a different angle with a cove bit. And a little strip here with a little bead. I think they call that a bead bit. Just all 3 of them glued together. And this is a back piece that we used to place it and set it on the shelf. Pretty cool. And one of the really cool things about this is I had to buy a new router to do it. Another video about that will be coming soon. And last but not least are the feet. The feet are pieces of 2x4 and actually some 5x4 material. So it's, one is inch thick and one's 1.5 inches thick, that were routed out to look like books. So they look like the shelf is sitting on a little stack of books people have just kind of shoved under there to level it or whatever, but it's actually the whole thing. And future plans are to do 2 quarter round shelves for either side, and the front feet here can be detached and moved over, and it'll look like the books are holding up all 3 shelves. And now we have the dramatic pullback, where you can see the entire beautiful creation. It's over 7 feet tall. Isn't it just amazing? I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I have. God bless y'all. See you next time.